Hi friends, welcome to Kodai Linux. I am your facilitator Murali. So in this session, we are planning to learn some more interesting options of the grep command. So we are going to continue with the grep command. Let us once again look at the grep command just to refresh our knowledge about the grep command. What does the grep command do? When grep is issued with a pattern and a file name, it looks for the pattern in every line of the file from the first line to the last line, and whichever lines contain the matching pattern, the default action of grep is that it will print that line on the standard output file, that is the monitor. It will display that line on those lines on the monitor. So that is the default action of the grep command. So we are going to learn certain more interesting options of the grep command. So we are going to learn one particular category of options known as output line prefix control. So how the output lines have to be prefixed, that is what these options are going to tell. That is why these options are categorized under output line prefix control. So first option we are going to look at is -b or -byte offset. So what does this option do? Like when you are specifying this option, okay, so whichever lines contain the matching pattern, so those lines, for example, let us suppose the 10th line contains a matching pattern, 15th line contains a matching pattern, 18th line, 23rd line, 50th line, like that. Just let us assume. So 10th line, the first character, whatever it is, whatever offset it is from the beginning of the file. So from the beginning of the file, the very first character of the file's offset would be 0. So starting from that, for every line, so at the end of every line, the offset is not going to end. At the beginning of the next line, the offset is going to continue. For example, first line, last character is offset 56, let us suppose. So second line, first character would be offset 57. So that way, what is the offset of the beginning of every matching line? That offset it would prefix. Okay. There is the -b option. Then -H or hyphen with file name option. What does it do? So let us understand that. Now let us understand what does that -H option do. Print the file name for each match. This is the default when there is more than one file to search. Like, okay, so if you are, let us suppose that if you are specifying only one file name, one pattern to match and one file name, in that case, it will not prefix every line, matching line with the file name. But even though we are specifying only one file, even then we want to prefix every matching line with the file name. Then we can specify this -H option. Okay. Then -h or no file name. So this is the opposite of the -H option. -H option, what does it do? Okay, it will prefix every output line with the file name. But -h, even though you are specifying a pattern and multiple files, what happens if you are specifying a pattern and multiple files? Then what is the default behavior of grep? It is going to prefix every line with the file name. For example, first file, whatever matching lines are there, it would be displayed, but it will prefix with that file name. Then second file name, then its matching characters. Then only we will be able to identify which lines are pertain to the first file, which lines are pertain to which matching lines are pertain to the second file, and so on. Okay, so -h, what it will do, even though if you are specifying multiple files, okay, this won't prefix the file names on the output. Okay, it will suppress the prefixing of file names on the output. Okay, this is the purpose of the hyphen small h option. Next, let us look at the hyphen label option. So what does this option do? So when we are issuing grep command with a pattern and a file name, okay, so it is going to display all the matching pattern, all the lines containing the matching pattern. Let us suppose now grep is reading the input from pipe. For example, I am executing ls command and ls command's output I am piping into grep. So here maybe let us suppose that I am giving ls star.c. I want to list all the .c files. So there is a way of, so but now grep is reading from the pipe, right? So it is reading from the standard input. So it is not reading from any file, any particular file name. But still, if you want to prefix with some label like, so these are all C files. Okay, these are output, grep's output concerned with C files. Okay, I want to tell that. Then I can use this hyphen label option. So I can specify hyphen label equal to C files. So when I am giving hyphen label option, along with that I need to give the hyphen capital H option also. Just recall that hyphen capital H option we specify to prefix every line of output with the file name. So even this option we need to specify. Next, hyphen n option. What is the purpose of hyphen n option? Grep would output a set of lines that contain the matching pattern, right? That we know. Okay, let us suppose that it outputs 13th line, then 20th line, 50th line, 73rd line, 89th line, like that. What if we want to prefix every output line with the line number from the input file? Which line number? This line belongs to the input file. That line number also I want to prefix every output line. Then I can specify the hyphen n option or hyphen line number option. So that is the purpose of the hyphen n option. Next, there is an option called hyphen capital T or hyphen initial hyphen tab. So what is the purpose of this? This is very simple. Okay, when we are with the grep command, when we are outputting a set of lines that contain the matching pattern from the input file, all these lines I want to prefix with a tab. I want to initially give a tab. Okay, I want to have a tab and then the output line. So in that case, I can specify the hyphen capital T option. So I believe you would have understood about all these things. Let us move on to working on these grep. Options. Okay, we have our employee file, right? Okay, ls-l employee dot data. Okay, so this employee file is there. So let us use this file for working with our examples. Okay, let us take this as our sample file. This has got around 100 employee records, you all know, right? So let me just display it just to recall what is the content of this employee file. So it contains some employee data, right? Like employee number, employee name, employee address, then employee email ID, and then employee date of joining, and finally the employee designation, right? Okay. So let us use this file for our working with the grep options. Okay. So what we are going to learn? We are going to learn the output line prefix control options. The options which are concerned with controlling what should be how the prefix should be for every output line, every line output by grep, what it should be prefixed with. Okay. First, let us look at an option called hyphen small b or hyphen byte hyphen offset option. Okay, what is the option we are going to look at first? Hyphen small b or equivalent to that is hyphen byte hyphen offset. Correct? Okay. So what does this do? That is, whatever line contains matching pattern, that line, okay, which offset that line beginning character, it is at which offset. That offset it would output. It will prefix that line with. For example, let us suppose that I am giving grep hyphen b. Okay, then I want to look for all the records whose employee designation is SC, software engineer, in the file employee.data. So what does it do? So fourth employee record, okay, that contains the pattern SC and its offset is 324. Offset means what? Offset means from the beginning of the file till that particular character, how many bytes it has traversed. Okay, how many, which byte it is. For example, the fourth employee record, no, so it begins with 4. So that is at which byte from the beginning of the file. Okay, always it will calculate from the beginning of the file. So that is called as offset. So this is the purpose of hyphen B option. So it prefixes every line with which offset that line begins with. Next, when we are specifying hyphen O also with hyphen B. So what is the purpose of hyphen O option? So can you recall that? Hyphen O option would help us to just display the exact match. For example, I am looking for SC. Okay, so then when I am specifying hyphen O option, so hyphen O option is for what? Exact match. Only the matching pattern it will display in that line. It will not display the entire line containing the matching pattern. In that line there is a matching pattern, then only that matching pattern it will display. Let me just recall that. Okay, let me just execute it. That way we will recall it. SC. Okay, I want to display all the SC records and I want to display the line number also. Okay, in which line it occurs in the input file. Then employee.data. So 4th line, 6th line, 7th line, 8th line, 12th line, 15th line, and so on. So what does it do? It displays only the matching pattern. That is the hyphen O option. So when your hyphen B option, when you are specifying hyphen B along with the hyphen O option, what happens? Let us see. Grep hyphen O hyphen B, then SC employee.data. Okay, so it displays only that matching pattern, and in that case that particular matching pattern, no, at whichever offset it appears in the file, that offset it will display, not the beginning of the line's offset. That matching pattern wherever it occurs in that line, so that will have an offset, no, so it would prefix it that particular offset. So that is what grep will do when you are specifying hyphen O with hyphen B option. Okay, let us move on to the next option. Okay, what if I want to necessarily prefix with a file name, even though I am specifying only one file name, even though I want to look for the pattern in only one file name, but still I want to prefix every matching line with the file name. So how can I do that? For that, I can specify the hyphen capital H option. Grep hyphen capital H, then SC, then employee.data. What does it do? See, every line, every output line is prefixed with employee.data, the name of the file name. See, by default, what grep does? Grep, when issued with a pattern and a file name, only one file name, then it will not prefix with the file name. But even though you are specifying only one file name, but still you want to prefix with the file name, then your hyphen capital H option will help you to do that. Now let us look at the other way around. Like if I am specifying, we all know that how grep behaves when grep is issued with one pattern but multiple files. So in that case, what happens? File 1's output it is first displaying. That is all the matching lines, all the lines containing the matching pattern from file 1, it will display first. Then all the lines containing the matching pattern in file 2 and file 3. So for us to understand that, okay, these all are the matching lines from file 1. These are all the matching lines from file 2. These are all the matching lines from file 3. What grep would do by default means it will prefix with that particular file's name. But I want to suppress that output. That is, even though I am specifying multiple file names, okay, I don't want file name to prefix the output line. Then what I can do? I can issue the -h option. Okay, let us look at some 2 files. Okay, for doing this. Okay, let me just, for that purpose, let me just create another file. Okay, animals. Okay. Okay, then horse, lion, SC, okay, tiger, control D. Now what I am doing, I am giving grep, okay, SC from animals file as well as employee.data. What does it do? Okay, it displays the pattern, it displays the lines that contain the matching pattern in animals file as well as the lines containing the matching pattern in the employee.data file. And if you are specifying multiple file names, then before every line of output, it will display the corresponding file name. It will prefix the corresponding file name. So this is the default behavior of grep when you are specifying multiple patterns. But I want to suppress the default behavior. For that, what I can do, I can specify the -h option that would suppress the default behavior of the grep. So now is it prefixing the output line with the file? No, it doesn't do that. So that is what this -h option would do. Okay. Let us suppose that we are reading from our grep command reads from the pipe. Let us suppose I am in this cprox directory. Okay, this cprox directory has got a set of C program files. Okay, maybe let us suppose I am giving ls-l star.c. Okay, and then this I want to pipe it to grep. Wherein with grep, what I want to do, I want to get all those okay C files that contain okay ls-l I don't want, just ls star.c. Okay, what ls star.c would output? First, let us display the output of ls star.c. All the C files. Okay, this I want to pipe it to grep emp. Okay, then what happens? Employee.c, employee test.c. Okay, only employee C files I want to display. Okay, so here I want grep to give a meaningful prefix. Like, see, grep is reading from the pipe. So grep is not reading from any disk file which has got a file name. In that case, if I am specifying multiple patterns, if I am specifying multiple file names, it will prefix with the file name, appropriate file name. Or even with -H, I can prefix the file name. But here it is reading from the pipe, right? It is reading from the standard input. Pipe is nothing but a standard input. Okay, another form of standard input. In this case also, I want to give some meaningful label. So then for that, what I can do means I can specify ---- label equal to, for example, C files. So every output line of grep would be prefixed with the label C files. So what does it do? Okay, when we are giving a label, then we need to specify even the -H option. It is mandatory that we need to we give the -H option. Then it would prefix with the label C files. So if you just give ---- label equal to C files, it won't work, as we saw there, right? It didn't prefix with C files, but you need to necessarily issue the -H option also. Hyphen capital H option is for what? Actually prefixing with the file name. But here what is the file name? Instead of file name it is the label. So even if you want to prefix the label also, with the label also you need to specify the hyphen capital H option. So this is the purpose of the hyphen label equal to that label option. Okay. Okay. Let us suppose I am grepping for all the lines containing the pattern VP from the file employee.data, all the vice president records employee.data. Okay, I am not in my home directory. So cd hyphen. What cd hyphen would do? Previously, whichever directory I was in, it would take me to that. But I want to go to my home directory. Then what I should do? cd issued without any arguments would take to my home directory. Okay. cd without any arguments would take to my home. So I am in my home directory now. Okay. So and my employee.data is in my home directory only, right? Okay. So what I want to do, grep, I want to look for all the VP records from the employee.data. Yes, all the VP records it displays. So these VP records are from which line from the input file? I want to display that. See here, every line begins with employee number 1, 2, 3, starting from 1, 2, 3. So from this itself, you know that second line, 13th line, 35th line, like that. But what if the employee number doesn't begin with 1, 2, 3, but some other random numbers? Then how do you make out the lines, right? So for that purpose, what we can do? We can specify the hyphen small n option. Okay, hyphen small n option would prefix with the line number from the input file. So in the input file, this particular matching line occurs in which line of the input file. So that it prefixes. Okay, 2, 13, 35 and so on. That is the purpose of the hyphen small n or hyphen line number. This option. Then what if I want to do something like this? I am giving grep VP employee.data, but every line I want it to be indented to one tab with one tab. So how do I do that? For that I can specify an option called hyphen capital T would indent every line with one tab. See, when I am giving with hyphen H option, okay, it prefixes with the file and also issues a tab. See, you can see tab at the beginning of every line. Okay, so it gives a tab as well as it prefixes with the file name. So hyphen capital T or hyphen initial tab, it prefixes with a tab every output line. So this session, what we have learned about output line prefix control. So with this, we are coming to the conclusion of today's session. I believe this session would have been useful. So if you found it useful, you can please share this video, because sharing is caring. You can, if you are yet to subscribe, you can subscribe to our channel, and for getting the notifications, you can click on the bell icon. Thank you. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.